Hello YouTubers, this here's Strat-O-Gems back again with another video. I'm getting a little punchy, not from drinking punch, but because I've had to do so many takes of this video. I got to something like take 3 or 4 before I even noticed that I had the mic muted, and that wasn't going to fly. So I've had to do take after take after take. So this is it. This is the final take. Not punch. Hello YouTubers, this is cessnaace back again with another video. I have been promising to do a video of the homebrews for the 2600 that I have received recently, and here this video is. Now I also mentioned that I was going to hold off on doing this video until a package came in from Atari that is being processed, or was being processed, but it still is being processed. So I decided not to wait on it. That order contains, well, at least 2 homebrews and a custom reproduction. And all I'll say about that is it is a reproduction for a game originally from 20th Century Fox, Games of the Century. I won't say whether it was a game that was actually published or is a reproduction of one of the 7 prototypes that they produced but did not publish. I've already got 2 or 3 of those, but anyway, if I didn't already say it, I have 6 games here. 1 came from a seller on eBay, the rest from Atari. These are going to be in alphabetical order, and we're going to start with a relatively new release from Atari, Aardvark. Now at highscore.com, I have seen Aardvark for 2 other systems, released under 2 different names for each system. You hear that, Larry Bundy Jr.? Games that were ported to the same system twice. Anyway, it was released under the name Aardvark for the Atari line of 8-bit computers and the Commodore 64, and it was released for the Atari line of 8-bit computers and the Commodore 64 under the name Artie the Aardvark. The Aardvark in this version is named Oscar. I assume after one of the programmers, Oscar Toledo G. The other programmers being Thomas, well, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but it's spelled Jentzsch, and Nathan Strum. Copyright 2019. Welcome to nature. Guide Oscar the Aardvark in his quest for tasty ant eggs and the most delicious ants hidden deep below ground. But be careful with your tongue, you could get an unexpected bite. Can you clear out the entire ant hill before the sun sets? Be wary of overstaying your welcome, or the spiders will get you. As is always the case with games ordered from Atari, this arrived in beautiful condition. I've tried playing this game and I've seen some really high scores for it, but so far I haven't gotten my brain wrapped around the mechanics of this game, but I will eventually. Now, the reason I mentioned that games always arrive from Atari in beautiful condition is because that's not always the case with sellers on eBay. This is a game that was originally published by Atari2600.com. Nerds. Now, as I'm holding it this way, this is a vertical shooter. It looks fine. However, NERDS, by the way, stands for Nano Immersion Recovery Device. When I received this, it looked okay, but I hadn't unwrapped it yet. So I quickly sent off posted a positive feedback rating for the seller on eBay. And then I discovered all of the issues with the box and everything. I did contact the seller and included a photo of the damage, but never heard back from them. So there you go. It's also caved in on one side, at the top. I don't know if you can tell or not. Alright, the cart is fine, the manual's fine. Okay. Another recent release from Atari Age, and another shooter. This is called A Roach in Space. After a failed space experiment, a stranded roach is coming back to Earth, but space is a perilous place. Fast-paced shoot-'em-up game, 40-plus enemy waves, multiple bosses, power-ups, two difficulty modes. Okay. Use your joystick controller. Okay. This next one is also a recent release from Atari Age, and is also a shooter. Seaweed Assault. Now, somebody at highscore.com, I can't remember if it was posted under actual hardware or under emulation, because a lot of these games are offered, the programmer will offer them at Atari Age in the forums as a download. You can download the game and load it into your emulator. A lot of times they do that with WIP files, work in progress. Anyway, I have seen some really high scores for this game. That's going to take some practice from me. Your name is Captain Nalad Bodnar, and you are part of an advanced underwater civilization. It's your duty to patrol your section of the ocean in the semi-organic submarine called the Manatee. Highly aggressive seaweed surrounds you, and it keeps trying to replicate faster than you can shoot. Use your torpedoes to blast any bits of seaweed that appear before they clog up your sector and spread to others, making it nearly impossible for anyone to travel. Don't let the seaweed strangle your civilization to extinction. For one player, use joystick controller. No comment. Okay, these last two aren't available with boxes yet. I say that because they have been going back and offering as options boxes for games that didn't have boxes originally. This is a puzzle game, and it reminds me a lot of Columns as I play it. This is Strat-O-Gems Deluxe, Atari Vox Enhanced. These loose games originally were wrapped in plastic and then bubble wrapped, but they're not currently. But they use the ROM protectors there. Not all third-party publishers use those, which is why they don't use those cartridges. I assume that's why they don't use those cartridges. This is a tough game for me to get a handle on. It's a paint game. The concept is that toys are coming off the assembly line, at Santa's workshop, and you need to paint the toys as quickly as you can. Toyshop Trouble. And yes, these games did come with manuals. Okay, now as you may have noticed if you have checked out the community section of my channel, or for my Patreon supporters, they would have noticed that I am conducting a poll. I'm conducting the same poll in both places. When it comes to my trying out games that I own on Steam, do you prefer me to provide commentary or not? So far, overwhelmingly people are saying, give us commentary. Although Patreon supporter Mark McElligott did say only if it's not going to distract you from playing the game, which is an important distinction because I do high score runs that I post as evidence at highscore.com. They may not necessarily be high score worldwide or anything, but I do hold, I'm not sure if it's over 4,000 or 5,000 virtual trophies, some on the city level, some on the state level, some on the national level, and some on the world level. So there is that. And one last thing, Awesome Ogre, thank you again for the work that you did on the ColecoVision that you sent me. I need to point out that he did tell me that it was only going to have one controller. It's just that we exchanged so many emails back and forth, I forgot about it. So I need to point that out. And also, he mentioned to me that it's normal for ColecoVisions to have that hole there. It doesn't look like a normal controller port, not to my eyes anyway. But he did test it with two controllers on a two-player game, and worked fine. So I wanted to clarify that situation. All right. Be sure to check the description box down below. If you're not a Patreon supporter, please consider doing so. Just $1 a month would be greatly appreciated. And last night I did give away another game on Steam. I will say that. Recently, I think it was last night, I posted a video of a game that I had just acquired on Steam called Hard Rock Pinball. I did manage to unlock the second table during that play video, but not the third. Finally, last night I unlocked the third table. There are 12 achievements for that game. I haven't met any of them yet because they're all based on score thresholds and meeting those thresholds, and I haven't done so yet. So anyway, the tables are highly creatively titled. Table 1, Table 2, and Table 3. Well, anyway, until next time, stay awesome.